everybody. Look at you guys. There's 3 of us instead of 2 of us today. Because we have crack entertainment expert Chip Moehle joining the Moehle. Moehle joining the Moehle. See what I did there?
Oh my god.
I know, right?
That's
So funny.
Nice.
Happy Sunday. Don't adjust your what is it, your stream? Don't adjust your death scrolling. We are here. It's noon on a Sunday. We are super early today. It's a brunch time special because we have information that's so important that we needed to get it to you early before you try to catch that later show of Greenland 2 today.
Live breaking news. We're here to save you money.
Live breaking news. We are here to save you from Greenland 2. Okay. With all the things that are happening in the world, ladies and gentlemen, we need you to know the most important thing. Don't go see Greenland 2. I know. Spoiler alert. I know. We're going to get to all that, you guys. You're here today, you guys. You guys, it's the headline itself that I put today said it all. So you're not here because you're like, should I go see this movie? You're here because you know we're going to be super bitchy today and you're going to want to hear this. We are here to support your super bitchy mood with a bitchy film critique.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that
you know what we should start doing, Jenny? We should start inviting more people to come to the movie with us so that they can get a live experience of the brothers sisters with Chip.
Like we can sit up at the top like we did last night and then make them sit like a few rows down.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we will get to some of the details of the movie in the meantime. So here we are on a Sunday. It is so incredibly January in the state of Michigan. We are under storm watches and warnings for extreme cold and snowing and blizzarding and all of the things that make January make us eat and drink more than we should and completely trash our resolutions, because whoever decided that you should do resolutions in January, nice try. Nice try. Yeah, you're literally feeling your saddest and most vulnerable. So I know, you know what will make me feel better? Depriving myself of things that I love.
To make it worse, yes.
Exactly. You mean I should give up everything I enjoy in the worst time of year?
No.
Correct. That's right. I'm like, yes. I'm like, what am I, Catholic? Come on.
Yeah. Like,
I can't know joy until I've suffered for everything.
Correct. That is correct. So,
but I'll be forgiven.
Yeah, so we went out yesterday because I'm training for a marathon because I'm that person. And so I went out yesterday and I ran in the cold. I ran in the cold and the snow, and the trail was all covered with snow, so it was like running through mashed potatoes. And at one point I was just like, I am the dumbest.
Well, I'll offer you my service, which I offer anybody who's running. Yes. I will follow you in my car with an electric cattle prod.
Okay.
If that helps.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that in as I'm getting close, because this marathon is in October, so I'm gonna need that when I'm trying to run 15, 16 miles. I'm gonna need somebody in a car chasing me, and I don't necessarily respond well to positive reinforcement. So you threatening me with negative reinforcement is going to work. Okay.
Yep.
You'll be running in a race and they'll be like, people are like, yeah, you're doing great. Yeah, you got this. And what I really need for you to say is like, get your fucking ass moving, you loser.
I'll do that for you, Jenny.
Thank you.
You know, I went. My therapist sometimes will give me compliments. She's like, "Oh, you're doing blah blah blah." I was like, "Could you just yell at me? Because I would feel far more comfortable with that."
So it's like that, yeah. So thank you, Chip. So thank you for supporting me in in my ventures. Yes. So
I can do except run with you.
Yes.
Anything but that.
So I know, right? So for those of you that don't know what we are up to today, we are reviewing Greenland 2, The Migration, with crack entertainment expert Chip Moehle. So we're not going to delay this anymore. We've had enough chit chat, people. Let's get right to it. Anne, would you like to take us through the welcome to everybody? So
I would love to.
Okay, actually, give me 1 second here. That's the one I want. Let's share that screen. There it is. All right, Anne, it's all you.
All right. Well, welcome back. We are Anne and Janice Brothers. We are sisters. Our last name truly is Brothers. And today we are joined by our brother from another mother, Chip Moehle. So
that's me.
Yay! We are in our 50s, which means all of us here are Generation X, which means that when we went sledding in the wintertime, it wasn't over until an ambulance arrived, and then we went and had cocoa. So,
Absolutely. So I was thinking about,
Jenny and I
I'm
went
going to
to
interrupt you,
a,
Anne.
yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Finish this.
Jenny and I went to a small Catholic school in Sturgis, Michigan, and every January we had a winter snow day. So we'd all bring our sleds to school. We put on our ski, what was it, like a ski outfit?
Snowsuit. Your snowsuit.
Snowsuit, exactly. Get our boots on. And we would go sledding at a place called Dead Man's Hill. It used to be, and this is so Gen X, it used to be a garbage dump that had been cleared out and then made into a park, because that's what and then you let your kids, and it was pretty steep. It was, and we would sled for hours, walk up the hill and hours, and then somebody would break an arm or a leg. I'm not exaggerating. And that's when we all knew to walk back to the school and have cocoa.
Because it was a pit. It was just this big ass pit, and there were no rules. Like, people were literally sledding in from every corner of the pit. It's like, how there were not. I'm like, so it was like zoom and zoom. It was like literally. It was like downtown Chicago with no stoplights and no speed limits. It was like. I can remember.
And the funny thing too is that on two sides there were cement stairs, and so kids were like, "Oh, I'm going down the stairs."
Yeah. And at the bottom, there was so much snow down there that you would form these little ramps. And so you'd be going down this hill practically at 90 degrees, and then you'd hit that ramp and you'd get so airborne. I can remember I hit somebody once, man, and I got my bell rung. And I just laid there in the snow for a minute, right? You're like taking inventory. You're like, I think I'm dead. I'm not dead. I can still feel things, and everything I feel hurts,
What's that, Grandma? Go towards the light.
But here's the thing, though. If you stayed there too long, the teachers, or the principal, would stop everybody to drag you out of the pit. So it's like you didn't want this fun to end. So you would literally just crawl out of the pit. I'm like, I'm fine. The fun will not stop.
Not because of me. I will not be the reason why the fun had to stop.
That's
exactly. So yeah, it was literally a shit show free for all, and it was also the most fun ever.
Exactly. Talk about the ultimate Gen X experience. No real, parent. It's not like parents were volunteering to stand around in the cold and watch you, sled for 4 hours, and the teachers were all huddled in somebody's car. So it was literally, it was like, oh, the ambulance is here, time to go.
Huddled in their car, likely smoking. So because it was the late 70s and early 80s.
It was amazing. Anyway,
yeah.
So when I see kids sledding nowadays down these little teeny hills, I'm like, pussies. So we talk about smart stuff, fun stuff, dumb stuff, or any combination of the three. And we are not cool, hip, or sexy. We know this because we don't spend any time or energy or money on our eyelashes.
No.
Have you heard of this? I have somebody I work with. She has an eyelash person, not an eyebrow person, an eyelash person.
Lash person, yeah.
Okay, time out. 20-second TO. What does that mean?
Jenny, I don't know. I'm afraid to ask because I was like, I haven't thought about my eyebrows ever, or my eyelashes ever, unless I have one stuck in my eyeball. Then that's the only time I think about my eyelashes. Yeah. So I guess they want them to be thicker, or, and then they'll come in with fake eyelashes. I was like, wow. Yeah, it's a thing.
When Joe and I were at Shed Aquarium the other day, there was a girl sitting up against one of the walls, and she had a whole tray of eyelashes. So, and I looked at her, I was like, the fuck's happening there?
Oh my.
It was literally a tray of eyelashes. I'm like, are those hers or somebody else's?
Did she yank those off some other bitch?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it seems as though all the cool, hip, and sexy people are concerned about their eyelashes. And Jenny, until we start spending some major eyelash money, we cannot be cool, hip, or sexy.
Well, if I do that, how will I afford my kettlebell set? So,
Well, I just wanted to
Exactly.
say that for our listeners who aren't watching, that I very proudly came on the podcast today, makeup free. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Very
I'm pretty
nice.
nicely
brave.
done, Chip.
I'm very
Nicely
brave.
done.
Very
You
brave.
are brave.
Yes.
I know.
Very.
I'm gonna
That's
call
brave.
Us
It is
Weekly
brave.
and tell them that Chip Bailey, he's just like us.
I am. I am.
Oh,
It's awesome.
that's reassuring. Thank you, Chip.
You're
Um,
welcome.
we are not a true crime celebrity or influencer podcast. We are the snow day of podcasts. We are delightful and happen just when you need us.
I like
That's
that.
true. That is
Yes.
true. Yep. I love it. I love it.
We're good to
So, because
listen
right
to
now,
when you want to
yeah,
learn things about stuff, and you need to listen to something while you avoid going to the gym.
Mm.
So it's
mm,
that time of January when you're like, oh, it's going to be so crowded and it's cold out and the roads don't look great. And, yeah.
or you're sitting in the parking lot of your gym and you're listening to us in your car in the parking lot, being like, I'll just listen for 5 more
Yeah.
minutes. Just
While I
5 more
finish
minutes
while I finish this taco.
before I go to the gym.
Exactly. While I finish this protein milkshake that's actually just a milkshake.
Right.
But it said protein on the jar. Come
It
on.
does. It
So,
does. So this
um,
podcast is not GPG or even PG-13 if you haven't figured that out yet. And also because the fucking amazing Chip Maley is here with us today,
Fucking
makeup
amazing.
free, reminding us what it really means to be a hero. So thank you, Chip. But you
yeah,
can
if you
join
have
us on
little
our
ones,
website, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Amazon Music. Follow us, like us, hit the bell, leave us a review, give us your feedback with our questions and answers and our polls. And you can ask Alexa to play us, and if she's not too busy, she'll do that for you.
that's right.
She's good that
And
way.
Alexa has done her upgrade, so now she's the new hip, sexy, kind of perky Alexa. She's like, hey, how can I help you? Hey, you're welcome. Because like now, when you thank her, she'll be like, "Oh, you're welcome, Janice." Because she gets my name right now. I know
Wait a
it's
minute. She says
awesome.
you're welcome?
She does.
Because
The
the
new
kids today
upgrade
don't
does.
say that. They say, of
I
course.
know. Of
Of
course.
course.
Oh, no problem. Or
No problem.
whatever.
Whatever,
Well
exactly.
done, my
Whatever.
brothers.
Whatever.
Whatever. Yes, it's true. And you guys, you can support the Brother Sisters for absolutely free. All you got to do is like, follow, subscribe, smash that button. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Put the word out to your friends, to your people to share us. Share us because we're worth sharing. Unlike that protein shake. There you go. So, yeah.
You.
All right. So we are here. Oh wait, we have to talk about our smart dumb fun stuff for the week, shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
Chip, would you like to start us off?
Sure. As always, I feel like every time I'm on here, my fun thing is hanging with Joe and the Brother Sisters. Last night, so much humor. Like it's almost impossible to get through the wall of humor, which is a lovely, delightful place to be.
Nice. Yes, Joe Peters is he's regional manager, Brother Sisters regional
Yes.
manager Joe Peters. Yes, he was out with us last night. It was excellent. So yes. Yep. Me too, Chip. That's my smart dumb fun thing is hanging out with you guys last night. I also got a chance to have dinner with my friends Amber and Adam after we got done with the show, which was great. And also just wanted to give a quick shout out as a smart dumb thumb. This is the smart thing, is the state of Minnesota. You guys are hanging tough. Well done. I love the fact that you made the Nazi cry yesterday. Yay! And you guys are literally just kind of standing up in a ways that others have not been able to do. At some point, I hope Congress actually will shows the toughness and the heart that the state of Minnesota is showing. So great job, you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Right, Ann,
for
it's
my
all you.
smart dumb fun, I need to second both Chip and Jenny and say that um, seeing Greenland 2 in an empty movie theater was with the funnest bunch of people, and then dinner was the highlight of my week.
Yes.
And though yes, I do appreciate Minnesota, the people of Minnesota, Minneapolis area, like standing tough. It was a hard week this week, so it was nice to hang out with people that I love and do something stupid fun, and then have pizza.
And then shout out to the Hub for a real above average margarita pizza. So Joe and I are on the quest for the ultimate margarita pizza because Chaos Pizza in Denver, Colorado, set a very high bar, and we have never found its equal. And though last night's was not as equal, it's the best one we have found in the area. So go get that margarita pizza. Hub, make your spice a little sweeter, spicier, saucier. Thank you. That's all I have to say about that. So,
All right.
okay. All right. So the way we're doing this today, rather than just give you a singular review, we have questions that we are asking each other about. There are 9 total questions that deal with um, uh, Greenland 2. And just for the record, now we understand why Trump wants Greenland 2. Not true. We still don't understand. So there we go.
I didn't do a recap of this because this movie makes almost no sense. So it seemed kind of like, how do I recap or tell people what this movie is about? Because it makes no sense.
So, well, I'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and jump in on that. Couple of things, some quick facts about. Sorry about that. A couple of quick facts about Greenland. It's a sequel from 2020's Greenland. In the original Greenland, a comet comes. It's sort of this this struggle of this family that are trying to escape Florida. No, I'm sorry, Atlanta, and get to Greenland because there's supposedly bunkers there. And actually, the original Greenland wasn't. I mean, I hate watched that movie, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was actually okay, you know. Um, so when they came out with the Greenland 2, I was like, okay, if it keeps the same energy of the original, it won't be that bad. So there you go. Okay, so it stars Gerard Butler, Morena Baccarin, and Roman Griffin Davis. And that's the best part. Okay, what I just told you was the best part of the whole movie. All right. So the way we're doing this is we're doing this question style. So the way it works out, I'm going to ask Ann questions. Ann is going to ask Chip questions, and Chip is going to ask me questions. So let's go ahead and start with who wants to go first? Who wants to answer their questions? Because we're gonna go 1-1-1. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by asking. Let's do this. Let's have Chip. I want you to get the first question, and your first question is for me, and that question is this. Here it is. Go ahead, Chip. You
Oh,
can
that
ask
was
me
my
my first
question for you.
Yes, you're asking me the first question.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Now I'm on board. Grandpa's here.
Okay.
Granddad's alive. So, Jenny, my first question to you about Greenland 2 is, what out of this very contrived movie, what did you feel were the most contrived bits?
Well, Chip, thank you for asking me this question. The most contrived bits of this movie was anything having to do with science. Any science in this movie, because they basically took that and said, science is going to get in the way of our narrative, so we're just going to fuck science and just push forward.
Yep.
Because at one point, and this is like 10 minutes into the movie, I'm like, nothing about this. I'm like, where's this lava coming from? There was like lava from nowhere and earthquakes from nowhere and radiation from nowhere. And then we're having radiation storms from nowhere. And then all of a sudden there's a tidal wave or a tsunami from nowhere. And then
it's all plate tectonics, Jenny.
No, it's not. And then at one point we get to the English Channel, and like the English Channel has been drained. And then they're driving along the English Channel. Oh, and it's been drained because there's a big crack in the middle of the English Channel. We're just going to forget the fact that the English Channel is in the middle of the fucking Atlantic Ocean. Not in the middle, but it's part of the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm like, are we draining the entire Atlantic into here? At one point, I found myself leaning over, and I was just gripping and grabbing my head. I'm like, why is this? Oh, that's the thing. And the fact that they really just wanted us to forget anything that happened in the original Greenland. For instance, in the original Greenland, the kid was 7 years old. We know this because the mom kept screaming, he's only 7, he's only 7. And then we get to 5 years later. It's 5 years after the end of the original Greenland. And all of a sudden, the boy is now 15. I'm like, motherfucker, I can do math. And this ain't the math.
This does not add up. Got to take a breath there.
I got to take a breath because... Yeah. And then don't even get me to the part about the crater itself where like, oh, it's the crater is the place where everything is growing and it's great and there's waterfalls and flowers. I'm like, for starters, if in the movie, and again, this is them wanting us to forget anything about the original Greenland. They tell us in the original Greenland that the part of the comet that's going to hit the Earth is bigger than the one that killed the dinosaurs. Well, that's the Chicxulub crater that sits just off in the Gulf of Mexico, just off the Yucatan Peninsula. That crater is underwater, and it still goes somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 miles deep. So if you've ever driven 20 miles, you know that that's a long way. And so the
But
crater that they show in the movie is just this little hollowed out crater, maybe 100 or 200 feet deep. And I'm like, no. And for whatever reason, why you would think for a second that this is going to be 5 years after the impact, that it's going to be someplace where you could go live is bullshit.
when I just got to say, it sounds like the crater is much like where you guys used to go sledding.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
The thing is, metaphorically, the crater is filled with garbage.
So yeah, that was for me. In terms of your question, what do you feel were the most contrived? It's that they literally just said, we're not going to worry about science for this movie. We're just going to tell this ridiculous fantasy story and expect people to just be like, yep, totally legit. Yes. Okay. Anyway, I have spoken enough.
Thank you
Enough
for
of
answering
me.
that.
Not a problem. All right. So hang on. I have to keep track of who did first. So Chip, you had the first question. All right. And now let's do Anne to Chip.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. So Anne's questions for Chip. Here we go. First question. Here it is.
Chip, name 3 things that you liked about the movie Greenland 2 Migration. Okay, one thing that you liked about Greenland 2 Migration.
I've been trying to rack my brain this morning. I was like, I've got to be able to come up with 3 things. And then when I saw the ellipsis and the okay one thing, I was like, thank God I have an out. So I will say my one thing is, and this was also sort of a criticism, but it was the fact that everybody who survived was gorgeous. Like everybody had high cheekbones and a square jaw, and it preposterous. But at the same time, because this movie was so, it was lovely to have some eye candy to view, while you're watching it. But it was like literally they would stumble across new characters, and it was like high cheekbone, square jaw, and then those people would get killed, and they'd stumble across some more people, and it'd be like high cheekbone, square jaw. I mean, just this to me was the plotting of the film. So, yeah.
In any way like a character actor, you were gone before we even knew you.
I will say one other thing I did like about it was the music. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the I don't want to say the sound design, but like the music for the opening sequence and then throughout, like, worked for me. And it's one of those where I was like, oh, I got to go look this up and listen to it sometime. So, yeah.
Nicely done, Chip. Way to take the bright side.
I thought you would say that the best part of the movie was when you went to the bathroom.
I know, when it ended. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Chip came back and he's like, did I miss anything? I'm like, yeah, the earthquake.
Yeah.
The earthquake that destroys the bunker.
The thing with this film is it's like these little 10-minute chunks. Like, like the movie's an hour and a half, but it feels like it's a 4-hour movie.
I know.
And yet everything happens in these 10-minute chunks. Like they come across people, they do something, those people die, and they move on. And you're like,
yes,
10 minutes have passed. And then they go on and it happens again. And you're like, 10 minutes. Like it just, it was like little slices of 10-minute pie that didn't taste good.
A 10-minute pie. That was terrible. All right. Anne, are you ready for your first question?
I am ready, Jenny.
All right, here it is. What did the first Greenland movie have that this one didn't, or vice versa?
Well, the first Greenland movie seemed to have a script, and I would say this one did not. The first Greenland movie had a plot. I would say this one did not. As Chip said, it was like, honestly, Chip, you could have 10-minute slices, and you could have arranged those slices in any way that you wanted to.
Exactly.
It would have made no more or no less sense. What else
That
did
was
this
the
movie
word.
have? The
That was
first
the
movie
word
had a
that
lot
kept.
more.
I was just going to say the word that kept popping into my head was nonsensical. So, all right,
Yeah.
Mhm.
sorry, Anne, I interrupted you.
The other thing that the first movie had that the second movie had, oh, you know what? God, um, in the first movie, there was a lot of "I need to see your manager" energy, which was like it's like, bitch, everybody you talking to gonna die. How can you be such a, you know, my priorities are the most important. And then in this movie, she was all like, we have to save all the people. We have to save more people. And then every time she got a chance to save people, she was like stepping on their necks to get to like the lifeboat or the van or whatever. So that was hilarious too. So that's the same in both movies. Everybody in the world is important until it's dangerous, and then my family is the only thing that's important. Everybody else can go to hell.
Yeah. Well, I love just in the
So,
screenwriting, quote unquote, of this film, there were so many obvious lines where people were saying, "We've got to get help." Really? Of course you got to get help. Or hold on. I'm like, what my favorite was the mother as they're walking across that bridge going, careful. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, who wrote this? Like they just the most obvious, like, ooh, fire's hot. Like, oh.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. All right,
So yeah.
Chipper, are you ready for your second question?
I am.
All right, here we go. All right,
Bring
so
it
here
on.
it is. Yeah, so this is your
This is
question
my
to me.
question to you. So,
Yep.
Jenny, I'm interested. What can you tell me about Gerard Butler's performance?
Well, of course, we're just going to go ahead and say right now that this performance put the butt in Gerard Butler. Okay. We'll start with that. Um, okay, now, for those of you that are familiar with Gerard Butler movies, we are never going to accuse Gerard Butler of being a fine actor. Okay, I don't know I mean, we all love and remember him from 300 because he was hot body in 300. Um, I have seen now, I don't even know how many Gerard Butler movies. He's usually the same guy, and he is. What was fun about this one was that in the first movie, we learned that he is essentially an architect and a structural engineer. And in this one, he's like the janitor. I'm like, he's fixing stuff and fixing toilets. And he's like, all of a sudden, he's become this super everyday man where he knows everything and can do anything. And he's walking around, scavenger hunting at the beginning of the movie. And he's like, all of a sudden, this like genius expert on every part of this. So, he looked tired and puffy and sad all the way through this movie, and then somehow he kept getting puffier with each 10 minutes of the movie. I'm like, oh, he's much puffier now. He's even puffier now.
Oh my
So he just had this look on his face, and he had the look on his face that all of the actors in this movie had the look on their face. I'm like, please just let this be over with. I
God.
just want to cash my paycheck and buy my boat now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Got to
yeah,
pay for
it
that
was
summer home.
I got to pay for that summer home. He did not look engaged. Nobody looked engaged. Everybody just looked like, "Ugh, we know that we are making an absolute pile of dog do, and um, I just want to get my money and go home now. Go back to Scotland or whatever, you know.
I
Uh,
signed a contract.
I signed a contract. I'm gonna get through this because there was like you were supposed to feel some sort of genuine emotion for these people as their struggle to survive, and I felt none of that. I just felt like again, grabbing my hair, going, "Why did I do this to myself? Why can't I just leave? Why do I have to watch this movie? Why?" And of course, it wasn't so bad, but it was just like, eh, yeah, nonsensical garbage nonsense.
mhm.
Yeah, and you
Well,
could tell he knew he was in a nonsensical garbage movie. So there you
when
go.
you're watching it with friends, it's easier to get through when you're watching with friends and you can yell out things. That
Yes,
makes
and
it.
we did.
And,
That's what
and
we
near the
did.
end, he got so puffy that I said, "Oh my God, is that Alec Baldwin?" Because he did. By the end of the film, he looked like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, he looked. I don't know what he was drinking or eating during this movie, but I think he was basically just trying to he was trying to eat his feelings in this movie. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It just kept expanding.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
Poor Jerry.
uh, yeah, poor Jerry. And the thing is that the beauty though of this is that I was reading some reviews last night because I didn't read any reviews of this movie. I made sure not to really stay away from it. And so, one of the reviews I read basically said that it was obvious that in the original Greenland, he was like the 24th guy on the list to be in this movie, which is he is for all of his movies, which made me
Oh,
laugh out loud. I'm like, that's rough.
that is
The good
rough.
news is this: he will always have work. Gerard Butler is always going to be a working actor for these reasons because they're going to be like, well, here's this list of actors that has turned us down. Yeah, Gerard will say yes. Let's ask him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Jason Statham said no, so we got to ask Gerard Butler.
that was literally my next thought. I'm like, yeah. So he's probably like 23 on the list, and then Gerard Butler's number 24.
Yeah. You know what?
Okay,
and for
so
that, we'll always go to his movies.
I will because we got to help him buy his next bottle of scotch. Okay, so and this is your next question to Chip. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Here
Chip,
we go.
what are 3 major problems with this film? Yes, you can only have 3.
Okay.
Stick to 3. You only get 3 to choose from.
Well, I already gave you one, which was the writing and the obvious. Oh my God. Just, I could go on about that forever. Like literally it was that moment when she said, careful. I was like, from that moment on, literally it was like they're climbing across the ladder and she's like, hold on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Of course you're going to hold on. And, the screenwriting was, I think we joked about it being AI, perhaps wrote the script.
I feel like AI would have done a better job.
God, yeah, I think so. The thing that you pointed out too, Anne, was the fact that amidst all this devastation were beautiful, lush green forests. That there were trees that still had leaves on them. And it was sort of like, why are you going to this supposed utopia crater when there's perfectly good forest? Yeah, the forest looks fine to me. Yeah. And I thought we couldn't have AI'd this a little or CG'd this a little. We were joking about how the actors don't seem to respond to any of the background actors. And I think that may be because they were CG, like maybe they didn't even realize there were, CG actors, background actors. But yeah, that was just like amazing. And it continued, like it wasn't just one scene. Like they would show them, from a helicopter shot driving down a road and there were beautiful trees, spruce trees and stuff on either side.
Well,
again,
there was no debris on the road. There was no cars. There was no anything that would show like overgrowth because this is supposedly 5 years of no maintained roads and no anything, and everything looks just perfectly great.
Exactly. And again, you get these helicopter shots, so you can see just how beautifully clear the roads are. There's a crack occasionally, to give you a sense of decay. But that was also, and that kind of goes with what Jenny had said earlier about the science of this just being, like tossed right out the window. And the other thing is Gerard Butler's coughing. Like I've never seen anything so obvious in my life. Like, he coughs a couple times in the beginning of the film and you're like, oh God, what is this going to be? And then he doesn't cough for a little while and then he starts to cough again. And then suddenly his wife's like, is it bad? And you're like, oh, okay. So somewhere, between the first film and the second film, he's inhaled a bunch of bad shit. And so he's probably going to die. So I said that out loud. I said, he's probably going to die and sacrifice himself in some way at the end. And not to spoil the film, which we already have, but yes, he does die. He dies with his big fat face. He dies from the coughing, which they never really fully explain what the coughing is for. But it's funny
the
how
coughing or the fact that he got shot.
Oh, did he get shot? I don't even. That's how much I was paying attention.
Yeah, on the bus. Remember when they were like, all of a sudden they got attacked by the 3 insurgents?
Okay, but it was just so. It was so like every 20 minutes. It was like, oh God, just die. And back in the 80s and the 90s when they would promote films, they would always push an actor's performance by saying like Nick Nolte in the performance of a lifetime. And my friend Melissa would always go, good, now he can die. And so we said that last night. We were like, Gerard Butler in the performance of a lifetime. Good, now he can die. And then he died. So
he kept like doing him like, and now the Oscar clip, and now the Oscar clip, and then I immediately went to that scene in Wayne's World where Mike Myers is doing his Oscar clip, and it just flashing down at the bottom, Oscar clip,
Oscar clip.
Oscar clip. And I'm like, that's how I felt with this. I'm like, oh my god, and
Oh
I
yeah.
never learned to read.
So yeah, there's three things. I stuck to three. I think I
Good
did. I
job,
think I stuck to
good
three.
job. I'm like, we could literally be here for 5 hours
Oh
otherwise.
God, yeah.
So
Yeah,
Good
I haven't
job.
even.
Good job.
Yeah, there's.
indeed.
Yeah.
All right, all right. This is my second question from me to Anne. Anne, who do you feel like the target audience was for this movie?
Well, Jenny, thank you for asking that question. That's a really good question. I think this movie, the target audience for this movie is Gen Xers who have a high level of sarcasm that they need to get out in a small, empty theater.
Tell you what, this was the best time ever to be sitting in an empty theater because we did not
Yeah.
hold back.
Did not hold back.
No, and I think that's who it was for. They're like, here you go, Gen X. Nobody ever pays enough attention to you. This movie is for you. Get it all out, and thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know who. I think action,
They were shockingly little action.
disaster movies.
Shockingly little disaster.
I was going to say gay men
s-
under 30.
That's the thing. I was like, there's not, there's a lot of attractive men in it, but it's not like they're taking off their shirt or their pants.
I know, I agree. I'm just, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
who could the
Yeah, I'm like, this movie, I like for the life of me. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Well, and I just,
Mm.
I didn't even know the movie Greenland existed until you guys asked me to come see this movie. And so then I read up on that, like, why did I not know about this film? And it came out during COVID and it got pushed back and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, then why would you make a second one?
They probably signed the contract for the second one when they signed the contract for the first one.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be a big hit. It's got Gerard Butler in it. Blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
Blah.
So
Yeah.
Jenny, I honestly don't know. I have no idea who this movie is targeted for because it's so bad. People who like bad movies. That's who it's targeted to.
There you
People
go.
who like that. People who need a place to take a nap. And it's the quietest, dimly lit place they could find.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Sigh. Okay.
Sigh.
All right. With that said, let's go. Chip, this is your third question and last question to me.
Okay.
Here it is.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm concerned. Do you think they will try to make a third movie?
Well, I got to thinking about this. We finished our dinner conversation last night talking about our annoyance with all of the Disney cartoons that they've turned into live action movies.
Yes.
So I think I think they are going to make a sequel. It'll be Greenland 3, and it will be, instead of being a live action movie, it'll be a cartoon.
Oh.
I think it'll be on ice. What do you mean?
Oh,
Greenland on ice.
Greenland 3 on Ice Age. Okay, but there we go. Because
we
that
go.
will be next. Because then the comet will have promoted an Ice Age, so it will be Greenland 3, the Ice Age. There we go. Okay, good. On ice.
On ice.
Oh my God. I just thought they kind of left it like, here's this new utopia, and we've got the young boy and the young French girl, and we could do it 10 years from now. They're together with kids, and the utopia is falling apart. Who knows? But I don't know why I'm pitching a 30. I would not.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop putting ideas in their head, Chip. Damn it.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sorry.
The thing about Hollywood is so completely bereft of a soul that they'll make a sequel out of anything. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see it, even though this one is an absolute floating dumpster fire.
Well, and perhaps Greenland 3 could be like a Hallmark movie or a.
Wait, there will be a Christmas tree farm in it. There we go. Yay.
There we go. In the crater.
In the Christmas tree farm crater. I love that. Because they can grow trees in the crater, unlike every other place in the world where they're still growing trees. Okay.
Right.
All right. This is Anne's last question to Chip. Here it is. And go for it, Anne Brothers.
So, Chip, what movie and or television would you recommend instead of this film? It doesn't need to be the same genre, just whatever you think will get the taste of this movie out of your mouth.
Okay. So I'm just going to quickly save everybody some more money. Don't bother seeing Marty Supreme. Okay.
Okay.
I went to see Marty Supreme. I was very excited. I'll say this, Timothy does a nice job. We left after 40 minutes. I did not like this film at all. Stream it if you must, but I don't understand all the nonsense around it right now. Anyway, but things that I would watch to wash the taste of either of those films out of my mouth would be some television shows that I've enjoyed recently. One is called Pluribus, which is on Apple Plus. That show is so much fun. And the first season ended too soon. And of course, this is an Apple show, so that means the second season won't come out for 3 years. So, I'm like, get to it because, and it's funny, I got my nephew into it. And so every once in a while I'll text him and say, "Hi, Carol, I hope you're having a good day." Or I'll remind him, when the final episode came out, because it came out like a day or two early. And I was all like, "Hi, Carol, we thought you would enjoy finding out that tonight's episode is the finale."
That show's banging. Such a great show. God.
It really, so much fun to follow. And it's such a slow burn. I mean, you really have to know that going into it. It's a one-hander for the most part. She, the actress Rhea Seehorn, pretty much handles the whole show herself. The other one is a show called The Righteous Gemstones, which I did not think I was going to like. It's on HBO. Yeah. I mean, it seems like a fun premise. You've got a televangelist family who has lots of money and are spoiled to death. But I thought it's going to be that kind of toilet 10th grade humor that I don't necessarily enjoy. And there is some of that, but ultimately it overcomes that. And I just have a great time watching it. You got John Goodman, who's terrific in it. I mean, I don't think there's a bad actor in the show. 4 seasons, that's all it is. And so I laughed out loud a couple times at it. And that's unusual. Usually I don't laugh out loud at stuff. The other one is True Detective, the first season. I'm coming in late to that. I started with the 4th season like a year ago. So I thought, okay, we're going to go back and watch the first season. It was like, holy God.
The first season is so much better than every other season. And I've enjoyed True Detective, all the other seasons, but the first season, it is so much more. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. The intensity of it and the way that they veer in 2 different directions. There's one point I'm watching and I'm like, no, what he's saying isn't what's happening. And then I'm like, yeah, pay attention, dumbass. There's a reason.
Yeah, that's reason it's being said. Yeah. That's God, so good. Yeah, agreed.
And, so now I liked the 4th season a lot. So I'm going to start the second one now. I think I'm somewhere in the first episode trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm kind of like, it's not right now. There's a little too much information that's coming at me without any kind of
the second season's not good. I'm just going to tell you that. I did not like the second season.
Well, and Rachel McAdams is an actress who I like in certain roles, but seeing her play kind of like a burned out character, like I'm like, no, I'm sorry, honey. No, this doesn't fit. This doesn't wear on you. Like, I don't believe it. And then the last one is for all of you soccer moms and gay men, Heated Rivalry. Gotta mention it. My friend JK is a big fan of it. He's joined the cult of Heated Rivalry. I enjoy it. I haven't quite joined the cult yet, but I enjoyed it. The first couple episodes to me were like really well produced porn, and he kept saying to me, third episode, and the third episode follows different characters within the story, and it's absolutely darling. And I was like, okay, now I'm hooked and I want to see where this pulls us through. It's only 6 episodes and the guys are hot again, high cheekbones, square jaws. And for those of you straight men, you can watch it with your wives because it's about hockey, and they're hockey players. They talk about hockey and shit when they're not having sex. And, but beyond that, it's kind of an interesting love story. So those are a few things that I would say that gives you a few different directions to go in. so that you don't have to find yourself plunking down money for Greenland too.
Oh, don't do it. Yeah, stay
Yeah.
home.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
not
you, Drew.
only would I say don't go spend money on this, don't watch it at home. Don't stream this movie. It sucks so bad. Like, if you want a good comic movie, watch Don't Look Up. That's the best comic movie that's come out in years. That movie's so fucking great. Watch that. Or if you want to go old school, watch Deep Impact. Those are the only two comic movies
Yeah,
that you need,
I will say
disaster movies that you need.
Armageddon. I wanted to walk out of Armageddon. I hated that movie so much, but I was with a group of people who didn't want to walk out. So the
Yeah,
moment
that's
Aerosmith started singing, I got up and walked out.
yeah,
I
that's a
hate
bro
Michael
comic
Bay
movie.
movies
Yeah,
so much. Michael Bay movies should
yeah,
be watched with the mute button on.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. But no, Don't Look Up, Deep Impact are the only two
Impact.
comic / disaster movies that you ever need to watch. You're
Yeah.
welcome. All right. I think I've got. Oh, and I have one more question for you. Here it is.
Mhm.
Are you ready?
I am
Okay.
ready.
All right. If you had to rename Greenland 2 based solely on how it made you feel while you were watching it,
Oh no.
what should the new title be?
Loud and confused.
Yeah, which was not only the plot of the movie, but was us sitting there yelling at the movie. We were loud and we
Exactly.
were confused.
Loud and confused. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm?
That's what I would call this movie. Loud and confused too.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, Anne, what would you
Absolutely.
watch instead of this? We asked Chip what would he watch. What, and I said, Don't Look Up and Deep Impact. What would you watch instead of this?
Well, when as for genre of this movie, it has no genre. So again, that's why I asked the question to Chip the way I asked it. I was like, what's just better right now to watch? And I think some of the I would go if you want a crazy end of the world movie, you should watch oh god, now I can't even think of the name of it. It's a flower.
Not
Oh,
Melancholia.
Melancholia.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. I have to. Emily.
Well, while you're saying that, I'm going to say that disaster movies. If you want a disaster movie, go back to the 70s. Watch the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah.
The original Poseidon Adventure with what's her name? Yeah, yeah. There's another disaster movie that I really like. It's kind of a romantic comedy. It's Seeking a Friend at the End of the World. That's another one that I really think is just a sweet little movie. Basically, it starts at the where Steve Carell is sitting in a car with his wife, and they're learning that the attempt to stop the asteroid fails, and she just literally says, "I've been cheating on you," and she just runs out of the car and runs away, and that's how the movie starts. And you're like, well, okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and
I
there's
think a
just some
movie
really
that you should watch, an end of the world movie, and I'm giving a little bit away there, is Begonia.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the one that just came out with what's her name?
Emma
Emma
Stone.
Stone. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
streaming right now. I think you have to pay for it on like Amazon or something, but truly worth it. It's the same director that did Poor Things and The Favorite, so it's weird, and you honestly don't know who is telling the truth. Everybody's an unreliable narrator until the very end, and then you still realize that you didn't, even though somebody was telling you the truth, you weren't understanding that it was true. So, it's just like you don't know who to trust, you don't know who to believe. It's funny in a very dark way. It's suddenly violent, and then not. And it's just like you have a real you start to really love the characters, and see their personality defects become endearing to you. And and you just really love the ending. You're like, yep, that's exactly how it should end. So, if you want a disaster movie, Begonia is, a great movie, recently released in October. Smart, crazy, funny, well performed, brilliantly written, beautifully directed. It is the polar opposite of Greenland 2.
Yeah, because that's what Emily Stone and Jesse Plemons has gotten a lot of heat on that movie.
And they both do an amazing job.
Nice.
So there you go.
Well, there you go, folks.
Another mini saving hour. with
Another,
Brothers
yes, we
Sisters.
literally have saved you, I don't know, even even matinee tickets are too much. Even if you're paying for streaming services, don't stream this movie, watch anything else. So yeah, thanks for spending an hour, well, not quite an hour today. There's only so long that you can talk about one of the worst movies I've ever seen, top 5 worst movies I've ever seen in my life. So thank you for spending an hour with the brothers, sisters, and entertainment expert Chip Maley, teaching you things about stuff. This
Things
week
about
we taught you that you should not, under any circumstances, go see the movie Greenland 2. In fact, you shouldn't even think about it. Okay? Listen to this podcast and then go do anything else. All right.
if you
We'd like to
really
hear
need
from
to know
you.
about it. Sorry, if you really
Yes.
need to know about it, look it up on Wikipedia.
Yeah, look it up and just read the plot and
Yeah.
then be done with it. We would love to hear from you, your questions, concerns, comments. Tell us what you've seen recently that is just a dumpster fire. We want to know what movies to stay away from as well. If you have some insight, please fill us in. This is a two-way community.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a commentary. Here we go.
Argue with
Um,
me.
Indeed. Anne Crane, hello there. She is thanking us for the warning. You're
What?
welcome. You're
Hi, Ann.
welcome. We
Thanks.
appreciate you. Yes, do anything else. Go shovel snow rather than go watch this movie. Okay, good.
And
Just be
do
careful.
not shovel snow. Don't shovel
Don't
snow.
And
Get your
don't shovel
grandson to
snow.
do it.
So, okay. Now,
Landman. Okay.
Tammy, are you telling us that we should be watching Landman or we should be avoiding Landman? Because I think you're telling me we should be watching it, and I hope I'm right. So,
I've heard good things
because
about Landman.
yeah, I have too. It looks fun, and yeah. Even though I will say Demi Moore looks a little bit weird, in that for the plastic surgery.
Because
So
she's been
I don't know.
taking the substance.
So, oh, that's funny.
Thank
And we
you.
love you too. Oh, actually, before we go, there is one more thing I wanted to ask you guys. What did you think of the trailers yesterday? Any trailers that sort of caught your attention you thought might be interesting? I always like the trailers more than the movie, nine
Is
times out
right.
of 10.
I can't think of the trailers. All I can think of is the commercial with the moms around the pool.
That kept popping up.
Yeah.
Okay, Tammy's giving us a hard avoid
Oh,
with
on
many
Landman.
exclamation points on Landman.
Okay.
Really? Okay. All right. Good to know. I trust you, Tammy.
Yeah.
I trust you. So
Mhm.
I'm going to avoid that because there's 1,000 other things I think I should be watching. So there
What
you
were
go.
the trailers yesterday?
The
There
one
was
that caught
one
my
for
attention, of course.
there's one for the bone temple.
Oh, the 28 days later.
That looks
After the other
bad.
20 days, after those 28
Yeah.
days and those 28 years, and that
Yes.
the other 28 weeks.
Yeah.
Here's another
And
28.
that's the only one I remember. I don't remember any of the other ones. I was like, wow, you know what? The funny thing is, like, usually when they have trailers, it matches the genre of the movie, and it
Yeah.
just shows that they didn't know what the genre of the movie was either, because the trailers were
They're
all
all
over
over the
place.
place. The only one that caught my attention is the only one of this movies that I'm actually really looking forward to seeing is Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. That's the only
Oh,
one that I am
yes.
compelled to want to see.
Yes, I
So
would like to see that as
yeah,
well.
for real. That one movie with speaking of Rachel McAdams, where she's stranded on an island with her jerk
Oh,
boss,
yes.
and basically that one kind of looks fun. That one looks like
Yes.
that might be a streamer for me, but I might
Yeah.
have to look after that one because that one looks kind of hoary, kind of fun.
Mhm.
So yeah, you guys remember we want to hear from you. Give us your questions, concerns, comments, and confessions. That's right, confessions of guilty pleasure movies or bad movies that you want us to see. We love all of that sort of thing. Hang on, I got to take my comments off here. Uh, all right, Tammy's with us. She would actually. Okay, so all right, now I'm gonna have to watch Landman because she wants to hear our take on it. So maybe I will. Okay, I like Taylor Sheridan. I don't love Taylor Sheridan, but I like a lot of the things he's done. I actually like some of his movie screenplays more than his TV stuff. Like Sicario was great. Hell or High Water was great. So didn't really love Yellowstone, which I know is sacrilege. It just got to be a little bit much. So
I will just say he's quite attractive, but I don't know about
Taylor
his
Sheridan,
rating.
yeah, he's a handsome man.
Yeah.
So, all right. Remember, you can support the Brothers Sisters for absolutely free. All you got to do is like,
Free.
follow, subscribe for free.
Free.
That's how important it is. It's 2 words, free.
Free.
Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. I'm sorry, Amazon Music. Smash like button, etc. Join us next week when we talk about things and stuff. We don't have a topic for next week. I'm not worried because, the world is full of things to talk about, and that's what we do. So there you go. We must take a moment to thank our crack entertainment expert, Chip Maley, for a
That's
fine
me.
fine work, because I kind of feel like we sort of strong-armed you into going to see Greenland too with us. So my apologies,
No,
and the fact that we bought your soda yesterday was not enough.
no, not at all, not at all. Because it's always fun to hang out with you guys, and if
I
it's
should
a
have paid
bad
for your dinner.
movie, it's almost more fun. If it's something I have to watch by myself at home, then I'm always like, oh. Well, and I'll say that I tried to watch the first Greenland, like I'm going to be a good crack entertainment reporter. And I got about 30 minutes in and I was like, nope.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just not very,
as soon as they left the neighbors behind and then they get to the airport and I'm like, oh, God damn it. Like another, nope, done.
Yeah, the first half hour of the first Greenland's actually kind of interesting and compelling because you don't really know what's going to happen yet, and then it all goes sideways. And as soon as they're like, "Oh, we dropped the insulin," you're like, "You had one job, Dad.
Oh my God,
Don't
we
drop
didn't talk about
fucking
the insulin.
Yeah.
Don't forget to bring the insulin. Make sure he has the
kid
insulin. And then it never comes up again.
And then never again. My thing was, I'm like, okay, so they're on this lifeboat and there's no food and no water. I'm like, do we not think that the diabetic would have probably died on that boat? But
right.
Just saying. Okay, one of many. Anyway, we got to go.
I know.
Don't
go see Greenland.
Yes. Thanks for joining us this week again. Thank you, crack entertainment expert Chip Moehle. I am Janice Brothers, and with me is my sister
and brothers
and
crack entertainment expert Chip Moehle.
And there we go. And we are reminding you to get out there and do something smart, do something dumb, do something fun. We are out of here.